a firm believer of second chances. Terms and conditions apply here. I genuinely feel that it's not a far-fetched concept of somebody to do wrong and learn from their wrongs or from their mistakes and do better moving forward. And not do better so that, they make an apology and people accept them or trying to redeem themselves, I think is what I'm going at here. But just to better yourself. I think bettering yourself as a person is a much better payout, but understandably, there are people that are given second chances, they're given the benefit of the doubt, and they still don't learn at all. They resort back to whatever wrong they were doing. And with that said, we need to talk about a wholesome story that has gone wrong. We have a judge in Florida by the name of Mindy Glazer, and then we have a gentleman here by the name of Arthur Nathaniel Booth. He's currently facing charges of burglary. This is kind of a 8-year story thing going on. So let's jump into the article, and I'm gonna guide you through the whole thing and fill in some details for y'all. So Booth had been arrested on burglary charges at the time and arrived at the Florida court where Judge Glazer was overseeing the proceedings that day. It was an emotional moment for Booth, who started weeping in court as Glazer said, "I'm sorry to see you here. I always wondered what happened to you, sir." Then after he served a 10-month sentence on that burglary charge, Glazer was there to greet him upon being released from prison and gave him some words of encouragement. "You've got to take care of your family, try and get a job, stay clean. This is a group effort to see you succeed. Don't let us down," Glazer told Booth at the time. He responded, "I won't, I promise not to." I just want to fill in a little bit of the details here. So basically, this was back in 2015. Arthur, or we'll just call him Booth, he was in court. And he was in court for burglary, we'll just say. I mean, yes, burglary, but other charges. But we'll just say burglary. So he comes across the judge, Mindy Glazer. Mindy Glazer is looking through his records, and he strikes her a bit familiar. So she asks him, "Hey, did you used to go to this middle school? Like, are you Arthur Nathaniel Booth? I'm Mindy Glazer. We went to this middle school together." And as the article said, he broke down in tears. He couldn't believe it. Like, what are the odds of committing a crime and going to court and seeing a former classmate who is handling your case? Is absolutely crazy. I guess he gives him the benefit of the doubt. She's like, "Hey, listen, you did these things. You got to serve your time. But you know what? I want to strike you a deal. You're going to go to jail, prison, whatever, for 10 months. Under the condition that you complete this course or like this drug program," because I think he was doing drugs at the time. She was really rooting for him. She could have given him a much worse punishment had she not known him. She recognized him, and she even said, like, "Yeah, like, we used to play sports. He was the nicest kid in middle school. Like, it's sad to see you in this position. Like, how about we do this? I'm rooting for you. Let me help you out." Served his time. He did his program. And then 10 months later, after, he was sentenced, he would connect with her again, and that's when they said, like, "Hey, listen, like, we're all rooting for you. Don't do this again. Just stick by the law. Be a good person. Do better. Be better. And then you're gonna make it somewhere in life. I promise you." That turned sour after 8 years. I'm sorry to be the one to piss in your cereal bowl, but it's so messed up here. It's so messed up how you can have a blessing. So a judge gives you a blessing, and you say, "Sure, I'll take your blessing," but not because you told me to. Like, and you just commit more crime. After that, it's just so freaking crazy. So let's just continue on. So this is the current mugshot of Arthur Nathaniel Booth. As of this week, he was just arrested on more charges similar to the ones that he faced just 8 years ago. And this is the screenshot of the... This is the current screenshot of the case that went on just about a few days ago, or like maybe last week. And you could just see just the disappointment in her face, and you can see that Booth can't even look at her in the eyes. Like, he just had his head down the whole time. I just think it's actually crazier that he's coming across her for like the second time as the judge. It's just crazy to just give someone benefit of the doubt, and then you see him in court again and you're like, really? Like, we're doing this again? Like, Why are you doing this to yourself? Like, what is wrong with you? Booth found himself heading into Glazer's courtroom again this month after being charged with a string of burglaries. This time, Glazer cut the reunion short. Glazer informed Booth that she would be refusing herself from his case and calling in another judge before saying, "I hope things work out for you better." Booth went on to plead not guilty and is being held without bail. I hope things work out for you better. Like, that better right there was kind of like it was like shade. That was crazy shade. Because just 8 years ago, you see your former classmate just down and out, just had a bad path in life, and you're like, yo, like, I want to give you a fighting chance. I'm going to give you a second chance. Yes, you do have to atone to your crimes. Yes, you have to serve time. But I did this because I believed in you. Now you're committing crimes again. I don't know what you want me to do, so I'm better off just not even handling this case to begin with. Now, they didn't really dig into the burglaries and the things that he's done in the past, but they finally got into it this time, and I just have to read this to you because this is actually crazy, the type of burglaries that he did. In one incident, police said he knocked on the victim's door pretending to be a water inspector. Once inside the home, he went around the house, found a jewelry box, stole jewelry from the victim, and fled in an unknown direction, police spokesman Freddie Cruz said. Booth is accused of a similar crime against another victim, but posing as a plumber. Once inside the home, he actually snatched the chain of the victim and fled, Cruz said. The victim, an 85-year-old man, told NBC South Florida that Booth knocked on the door of his West Flagler Street home and asked him to open the faucet of his bathtub. As the man bent down to open it, he said, Booth snatched his gold chain and ran. The man said the chain, which he got from Cuba, is important to him. In the third alleged incident, police said, Booth asked a woman for directions and also conducted another chain snatch. Cruz said they believe Booth could be connected to other incidents. Yeah, so apparently he's done a lot of chain snatching. He has a thing for chains. It's kind of fucked up that this dude really took advantage of an 85-year-old man and snatched his chain. That is some next level asshole type energy right there. Like, let alone the fact that you're stealing. Like, I get it. Like, people steal all the time. My shit gets stolen sometimes. I've lost my PSP, I've lost my Game Boy, I've lost my phone. It happens to all of us. But then when you have someone that goes out of their way to go into someone's house and just take advantage of someone as elderly as 85 years old is wild. And I can only imagine how Judge Glazer felt when she was reading all these charges. She was like, are you serious, bro? Like, I really gave you a second chance. Like, you could have had time to just figure your shit out. You was off drugs. You was only in jail for only like 10 months. And even though the prosecutor was asking for a longer period of time in jail, I let you off easy. And now look where we are. Like, and she was wise to not even take the case because, again, I could understand in the position she's in. She knows him, so she doesn't want to use any form of feelings to influence how how the proceedings would go about. But Booth done fucked up. He done goofed. And looking at these incidences or these crimes that he's committed, it doesn't look good for him. He pleaded not guilty, like the article mentioned before, and he's being held without bail. So I don't know what's going to come of this, but now that opportunity is closed. Now he's going to be at the mercy of a judge who doesn't know him and only knows him for his records. And that's basically it, y'all. That's really all I have. I thought it was a really great story. Well, it was great a few years ago, and then someone just had to mess it up. Like, some people just don't deserve nice things. But until then, that's about it, y'all. Peace.